welcome to a brand new video. So in case you're new here, hi, my name is Diane. I work in film and television as an on-set props person, but I'm also a soon-to-be self-published author. My first book, In the Interest of Letting Go, it's a poetry collection, comes out November 7th. Any links for that will be down below. So for today's video, I just wanted to do a quick little casual sit-down video where I talk a little bit about what my writing and publishing plans are for the rest of the year. My kind of Preptober plans, although October is basically over, my NaNoWriMo plans, and just any other, just what my plans are, you know, for the rest of the year. So currently I have two projects that are kind of the priority right now that I've been working on for the last couple years. And those are In the Interest of Letting Go, my poetry collection, which is coming out in November, and then my standalone new adult contemporary novel, Ben. That's not the final title. I don't know what the final title will be. It might even be Ben. Who knows? So first I'll just quickly talk about In the Interest of Letting Go because at this point it's basically done, although I keep tweaking it. I keep making changes. It's done. It's done. I keep tweaking things like line breaks and the other day I added an entire stanza to one of the poems, but it's done. Okay, I'm calling it. Arcs go out tomorrow, October 24th, and it's really, it's just done now. I'm not going to touch it anymore once the arcs are out, unless there's something, really glaring, but there isn't. It's been edited, it's been proofread, and I think it's ready, you know? So as far as my writing and publishing plans for that book, obviously the bulk of the writing is done. It's done, so next is just publishing. I think I have everything set up to go. I definitely have some issues with Ingram Spark and all that stuff. I'm trying to get it sorted out. I don't really know, but as far as Amazon KDP, everything is good to go, everything's scheduled, everything is uploaded, the latest files are uploaded. At this point, there's very little for me to do with that book other than just wait to publish it. And I'm really excited about that, but also extremely nervous because it's gonna be my first time, you know, really sharing a body of work with the world on this scale. And it's also just a very personal, vulnerable piece of work. So I'm nervous, but I'm also really excited because it's my first sort of experience with self-publishing, and self-publishing is definitely something that I want to continue doing. So I'm definitely very much looking forward to publishing this book and getting it out there. The wonderful cleaning staff in my condo is currently vacuuming the hallway. So if you hear a vacuum, that's it. I'm very grateful, but it might be a little loud. And then once In the Interest of Letting Go is published, I do want to do a little bit more work with marketing. I know that marketing a poetry book is definitely very different from marketing a novel, but I do want to do some marketing for the book just to get used to the idea of marketing. I'll see what I can do. I definitely don't want to do a huge amount. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't quite decided how exactly I want to do it. I mean, I'm sure I'll market on TikTok and I'll do some Instagram reels, but I mean, there's not a whole lot I can do other than sharing some poems from the book. So we'll try some of that out and see how it goes. And yeah, that's kind of my plans as far as In the Interest of Letting Go. I just want to stop tweaking it, publish it, have it out there, and try a little bit of marketing. Okay, now for Ben, which I am very, very excited to get back to. If you've been on my channel for any length of time, you'll know that is the book that I've been working on basically since I started this channel. So just to get you up to speed because it's been a while, and just in case you're new here, Ben is a new adult contemporary novel. I wrote the first draft of it, the zero draft of it, in 2020. I finished it in September of 2020, and then I did a second draft, which is kind of more like a full first draft in 2021, I believe. You know what? I may have finished it in 2022. I feel like 2021 was a rough year. I think it was rough, and I didn't finish a draft. But I finished the second draft, which was essentially just kind of completing all the missing pieces from the zero draft, which wasn't, to be fair, wasn't a lot, but I did end up adding another 30,000 words. So I finished the second draft, and then this year I started and finished the third draft, which was the quickest drafting experience of my life. I think it was still 3 months or something, but I mean, comparatively, that was quick. And so the third draft was a little bit more developmental. It was my first kind of developmental pass. I finished the third draft and I sent it off to my critique partners / alpha readers back in August. And while I've been working on getting In the Interest of Letting Go ready, finished and ready to publish, I obviously have not been working on Ben. I've taken time away from it, and I've just been, also just waiting for feedback from CPs to come in. I'm still waiting on a few more CPs to get back to me with their feedback, but I have definitely enough to get started. So my writing plans for the rest of this year for Ben are, I am going to spend the rest of October. I mean, there's very few days left in October at this point, but I'm basically going to be spending the next probably 2-3 weeks. I don't even know how long it'll take, but I'm going to take some time and read through all of the feedback and then do a lot of like developmental brainstorming based on that feedback. There's a lot that I want to change. I think there's potentially going to be quite a bit of big structural changes happening. The core of the story is not changing. The majority of the plot is not changing. I think the main thing is going to be clarifying things, and then there's also going to be some just like structural changes. I got some really great feedback. I need to read through it again because I just kind of skimmed because I couldn't help myself. I skimmed through the feedback that I got. And one of my CPs had a lot of really, really great feedback that are kind of things that I had been questioning and like thinking about, but also they brought up a few new things that I hadn't really considered, and since I read it, I've been thinking about it, which could technically include a pretty big rewrite. I mean, not plot-wise, like not story-wise, but tense-wise. I'll talk a little bit more about it once I get back into doing Ben writing vlogs, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff that I need to think about. So I definitely need to spend some time definitely reading through all of the feedback and brainstorming and essentially re-outlining. I really want this next draft of Ben to be pretty solid. I really want to get clear on a lot of things and define a lot of things. Like I want this draft, like the draft 3 to draft 4, I want that developmental edit to be substantial. Like I want to take a big leap forward toward, you know, the final product that I want to put out. So I definitely have my work cut out for me. And then once I finish that phase of it, which I think will probably take me some time into November. Technically, I am doing NaNoWriMo in the sense that I will be writing in November. I don't know when in November I'll be starting, depending on how long things take. I'd love to get started at least by mid-November. And then really my goal is to have the majority of draft 4 done by the end of the year, by the end of December. I'll be sending draft 4 to my developmental editor at the end of January, like January 22nd, I think. So that's the official deadline that I need to have it done by, but I might be going back to work. It'll really depend on how quickly the actors strike kind of gets resolved in the next couple weeks, couple months. If everything goes to plan and everything's on schedule, I will be starting sometime in January on a feature film. And I already know that that experience will be very intense. It'll be very draining. Like just in general, when I'm working, I'm very drained. It's very exhausting, and I have very little creative energy at the end of the day, at the end of the week to do anything. So I really want to get as much done in the next 2 months especially, and then hopefully I'll have a little bit of time at the beginning of January as well to finish it up. I am honestly missing working on Ben so much, and I cannot wait to get back into it. I'm excited for my Ben writing vlogs again. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I'm not like writing Ben anymore. Like when I've moved on to another story and I have to do like something else writing vlogs. I don't know, that's so weird. That's so weird. But yeah, I'm really excited to get back into Ben, and I would love to have the majority of draft 4 done by the end of the year. And then I do have one more kind of goal that I want to accomplish before the end of the year, and that is to set up my new story in Scrivener. I haven't talked very much about my kind of new story idea. Essentially, I have an idea for a paranormal kind of duology. I've had that one for a while, basically when I kind of started writing Ben, so I want to take that, but I want to add some more, I want to add a bit more of like a horror element to it. I definitely have some ideas for that, so I would love to just kind of get it set up in Scrivener, like just set up a document. Basically set up a digital story Bible in Scrivener for this new story, this duology. It'll either be a standalone or a duology. It won't be longer than that. As of right now, as of what I know of the story right now, it won't be longer than a duology. So I would love to, by the end of the year, have it set up in Scrivener, have my story Bible set up, just do some brainstorming. Just get all the brainstorming stuff out and then organize it as best I can into Scrivener as it comes to me. I can't see myself doing much more than that because I really am going to be prioritizing Ben in a big way. But I do kind of want to just plant the seeds for this next project so that I can have that to work on once my book is with my developmental editor and I'm taking time away from it. To be honest, I don't even know how much writing I'll be able to get done while I'm working on this feature. It's definitely a priority for me, and I feel like I've gotten a lot better at balancing work and writing, especially on the last show that I worked on. But I feel like because it's going to be winter, it's going to be a pretty big feature film, and it's going to be, you know, my first show, my first movie after a while of being unemployed and not working. I feel like it's going to hit me pretty hard, so I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself, but I definitely, I want to be working on my writing while I'm working. I can't not. I'll definitely be working on that balance next year as well, but for the rest of this year I am unemployed, so I gotta get some work done. And yeah, those are essentially my writing and publishing plans for the rest of this year. There's, what is it, 2 months? A little over 2 months left in this year. I can't believe how quickly this year has gone by. Obviously I will be vlogging as much as possible and taking you along with me. Hopefully you're as excited about me getting back to Ben as I am, because I cannot wait. But yeah, let me know how you're doing. Let me know how your writing is going. Let me know what your plans are for the rest of this year, what your writing and publishing plans are. I would love to know, and hopefully we can keep each other accountable. But thank you so much for watching, and if you got to the end of this video, comment down below, stay gold, because you are golden. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.